Alright, leather britches, some rhythm to leather britches. I'm going to show it to you two different ways. Oops, let me adjust that camera just a little bit down. There we go, so we can see the mandolin. You know, the rhythm is pretty straightforward. The A part and the B part are very similar. There is a quick 4 chord in the A part, so hear the 4. 1 1 1 5 1 5 1 1 1 4 1 5 1. That's the A part. And it has at the very end, it has that 4 1 5 1. The B part just is exactly the same, except there is no 4 in it. It just stays on the 1 and the 5. And then it repeats. So pretty straightforward. Key of G, and just uses G and D in both the A part and the B part. And the A part also uses a C chord or a 4 chord. There is another way that maybe to just introduce you to some Western swing chords. You know, now that I've moved to Texas, there's a lot of Western swing, and I am certainly no expert at it now, but I've heard enough of it to know that there's a walking bass line, and you got to be careful with this because you don't want everybody, the bass, the guitar, the mandolin, you don't want everybody doing that walking bass line because you can conflict. But you can actually apply this pattern I'm going to show to you. It could actually be applied to leather britches. It could be applied to any number of songs that are straightforward, say 1-5 chords, fiddle tunes. You know, and it's got kind of a Western swing walking bass. So it starts with an open G. I use a G6, so I've got a index finger on 4 on the G string and middle finger on 5 on the D string, and there's the 6th note. That's my ring finger is up here on the 7th fret on the A string. And let me just say, through all of these, I am not playing the E string. I am muffling it. You can use your pinky to muffle it. You can use the meaty part of the whatever fingers on the A string. But you want to kind of muffle that E string. These are 3-finger chords. So again, here's how it sounds. Again. Kind of get a feel. You hear that? You kind of hear that walking bass line. That's what it's all about. And it's just going to use a couple shapes. It uses an open G, which you can also do this in A. Just start with a this bar shaped A chord, but we're going to do it in G. So it's an open G. Second chord is this G6 that I went over. Index 4 on the golf string, middle finger 5 on the delta, and ring finger on 7 on the alpha string, G6. Then a C chord. So I'm barring on the 5th fret of the golf and delta string, and I use my ring finger on the 7th fret of the A string. You can put your pinky down on the 8th fret of the E string and get a full chord. And then the next shape is this shape. So let's get this shape, because this shape is actually several chords here. So I've got my index on 6 on golf, and my middle finger is on 7/8 on the delta, and my middle finger is on 7 on the A string. So this is like a C sharp diminished or some strange chord. We're going to use this shape. So you got to get this shape squared away because we're going to use it. We're going to use it in several spots. And then and that is, let's see, I think that is all the shapes that we're going to use. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 shapes. 4 shapes that we use. I think that's it. So it starts on a G, goes to a G6, then a C, then a C sharp diminished, then it repeats, open G, G6, and then this is an E flat 7, I think is what this is, and then slide it down. So I've got this same shape that we had up here, but I've got my index on 3, and then I slide the whole shape down 2, and I'm back to a D7, delta 7. So the first half again. That's half of it. Next half, very similar. C, and then this E, C sharp diminished, and then I make a D. That's the same as the C chord. I'm barring on the 7 on the golf and delta string, and my my ring finger is down on the 9th fret of the alpha string. Oh, and here's another shape that I missed. This is another D7 shape. So I've got my ring middle finger on the 5th fret of the golf string, index finger on the 4th fret of the delta string, and my ring finger on the 5th fret of the alpha string. And then I go to this D7. So this is a D7, this is a D7. And then back to the G. So let's do the whole thing together slow. Swing for you to work on the mandolin.